welcome to the show where after the collision we sift through
the wreckage.
The wreckage. I am your host Jimmy T. He is my co-host, the best in the world, Jamie the Vet Williams, and you're listening and watching live on Homie Media Group's YouTube channel and of course channelattitude.com after the fact. I just also want to say happy birthday to the boss man himself in Bin Hamin. I'm sure he's like 200 years old at this point, Vet, but how are you, man? What's going on? And we're off to England for Forbidden Door.
Yeah, so for anybody that's joining us and doesn't know, in approximately 27 minutes, you will be able to start watching 0 Hour. And then by the time that we're done in approximately 1 hour and 57 minutes, we should be ready to kick the Forbidden Door down and just start watching.
Wow. So it's that soon.
It's that soon. Like we are basically your 0 hour into Forbidden Door. So you can actually have the real 0 hour up in one screen, have us over here, because you don't want to hear that commentary. You're probably going to see those like the Fat Family or some bullshit. They probably flew over to London with their Costco cookies and whatnot. Like it's going to be a whole thing.
Holy shit, man. Well, yeah, well, elaborate. I've already got the gloves on because I'm ready to sift. Put it that way.
Oh, yeah.
Just quietly. But what was I going to say? Well, shit, man. I mean, we should have maybe we should have waited till after Forbidden Door. I don't know if you're going to watch a Vet or you're going to do your stream.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's a conundrum.
It is.
Like, isn't there a watch-along scheduled? Like, won't I be competing with ourselves? No. I don't know. Should I just hop into the watch along since I have to watch this bullshit anyway?
Well, how about we do a watch along?
Oh my God.
Why not? I mean,
well, because I hate this and I don't want to do it. That's why you wouldn't.
Well,
but
if that's the case, then
you never know. Like, sometimes we have
different.
to do the things that we don't want to do, right?
We'll see how we go. No promises, but I'm going to watch it definitely, man. Whether, like, I mean, shit, I'm up. I might as well watch it. Otherwise,
either
watch it later on.
We still have to somewhat talk about it next Wreckage, so it depends on whether we're going to give ourselves all week to watch we might need a week. You know, I still never watch All In, so.
Haven't you? Well, don't bother anyway. It's not
no.
like you missed anything.
No.
That's another thing, man. I mean, I was going to say, do we do a review right after this event, possibly? As a Wreckage extra?
I mean, maybe. We got to see how we feel after sifting. We might be too tired.
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
True. We'll see.
Well, Liz says the watch along is scheduled for later tonight, so that means maybe if Brandon's going to do it, that means he'll probably be like watching a replay. So
yeah, 100%.
That is assuming it's not still going on by the time he's ready to start. I mean, he could be doing late start watch along. Look, I don't know. We got a show to do, Jimmy. We got to just do our show no matter what. So,
well, we're here now. That's exactly right. Yeah. So we are doing the show. If I knew that was going to start that soon, I would have probably thought about. I don't know, man. This just came to my head now because I just remembered that it was in England. And I'm thinking, hang on a minute. You know what I mean? Oh, WWE announces live event this October in Melbourne. What the hell? In the news.
Melbourne?
I just saw. Yeah.
WWE in Melbourne?
Yeah, they're coming down to Melbourne as well in October. That's odd. That's the first thing that just came to my to my news schedule over here. So apparently, not only has AEW announced the show actually also in Australia just like a few days ago, but WWE, I guess, finally have listened to most of the events and have announced an event in Melbourne for the 15th of October. Now, I don't know if this is a it could be a house show, but it's called Super Show Australia in Melbourne on the 15th of October. It says here, TKO announced its return to Melbourne, Australia for the first time in 6 years at the Rod Laver Arena on Wednesday, October 15. Fans attending Super Show Australia will see their blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I think it's a house show, but going by this, because Raw is in Perth, SmackDown's also in Perth, and of course Crown Jewel is also in Perth. So yeah, this has got to be obviously a house show. They haven't done a house show here in a long time, dude. So usually it's been all televised events the last few ones that they did do here. But anyway, cool. I don't know if I'll go to that because it's a friggin' house show. What do I really care about that, right?
House shows are the most fun.
You know what? Like it can be. That's true. And you know what? Sometimes
That means they should cut out a lot of the TV time wasting bullshit too.
No, you're right. You're right. And you see some things that you don't usually see on television. I don't know. I'll think about it anyway, man. But till then, that kind of surprised me. So there's that. I also said about AEW also announcing a tour here at the same time, but they haven't announced the city yet. I'm sure it's going to be either Sydney or Melbourne. I can't see it being anywhere else. If they do Queensland again, they're idiots. But that's just me. But anyway, in other news, let's see what else is going on. Oh, did you hear about Jonathan Gresham having a stroke?
No.
Oh, you didn't? Well, now you have. He had 2 strokes, dude. Yeah.
Oh my God. Guys, look.
What?
I don't want to take this as an opportunity to, like, I'm not putting myself over, but the people that watch the Impact Attack, how many times did I talk about Jonathan Gresham sweating like 7-8 minutes into a match and looking unridiculous? Liz, I know Liz can back me up for sure. Anybody else this here that watches the Impact Attack or whatever, how many times did I talk about Jonathan Gresham? How many times? Liz says 100 or more times. I don't know if it was that many times, but it felt like it.
Wow. Really? I mean, and I listened to the Impact Attack for the most part, but what made you think? So you actually thought there's something wrong?
Well, I didn't know it was going to be a stroke, but I knew something was wrong because, like, he comes out and look, Jonathan Gresham is only like 5 foot something. Like, he's short. I mean, everybody knows he's short. I'm sure there's real octopuses that are almost as tall as him, but he can't do anything about that. So he tried to get wide, and look at his wife. So these guys are sitting there, like, taking all this stuff as a couple, and, so he's coming on TV just looking so jacked, like unnaturally, impossibly jacked, because he has to make up for it. But without fail, I started noticing, like, Jonathan Gresham is not one of those guys that runs like a super high spot match. So a lot of what he does early on in the match is just like a little bit of, simple wrestling, a little bit of maybe a little walk and talk and some gimmicks or whatever. He doesn't like start off the match 100 miles an hour, but 6-7 minutes into every one of his matches, he hasn't done anything and he's pouring sweat. Like, and I'm just like, bro, your heart, I thought he was just going to have a heart attack.
Well, luckily, I don't know if he's lucky or not, because either way, it's bad, to be fair. But he did have 2 strokes. It was like a week ago, and I forgot to mention it. I don't know if it happened just after the Wreckage. I might have just after the Wreckage, right? But it just came to my mind, and, Jordan Grace, if she seems also on the gas, especially at her height. She's pretty short.
Well,
too,
now,
man.
yeah, but she now, like, her current day self, I think she's probably off because she's leaned out. Yeah, because she's leaned out. She used to be super, super jacked like a year and a half ago or whatever. So now, because the WWE, she needs to look, at least somewhat more feminine, I guess. Maybe, I don't know if that's an edict or if that's just something she felt, a choice she needed to make. But she's significantly leaner than she had been at like some of her points in TNA. So, like, she's probably, if she's not off, she's at least, reduced the dosage. But Gresham, I hadn't seen him in a while. And I was always talking about it like I was concerned. So, it sounds like my concerns are probably somewhat founded. I would have to imagine, because I don't think it just happened out of nowhere. Like, healthy people don't just have strokes. There's always something that happens that like causes it or is a accelerating factor, even if it, even if it's not steroids, it's something else, like whatever it
Right.
is. Your body is only meant to handle so much. And when you put it through, whether it's prescription drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, weed, anything that you do to your body that's like on top of just normal food, like your body has to try to repair and compensate for those things that you're doing. And it can make you more susceptible to diseases and failures because you can't allocate all your resources to all these things. It's like spreading your army too thin,
Don't scare me, Vet, please.
Well, I'm just telling you.
No, I know. No, you're right, man. It's true. There is an update, by the way, on Grisham, and it says here that I don't know how much I believe this, but get this, right? As noted earlier before, former TNA talent Jonathan Grisham has been on a break from wrestling since earlier, having him suffering 2 strokes. On a recent episode of The Unlikely with Adrian Hernandez podcast featuring Grisham's wife and WWE NXT talent Jordan Grace as the guest, one of the topics discussed included Grace providing an update on Grisham's current recovery from his strokes. And this is what she had to say. It was very scary. He's actually bounced back incredibly well. He's at 100%. I don't believe that, just quietly. He's cleared right now to do pretty much everything, like workout, everything besides wrestle. Well, if he was 100%, then he'd be cleared to wrestle. She goes on to say it's insane, and I said the same thing. I talked to the doctor about it extensively. I was like, this is crazy, but they say basically he's so young, and that's why he's bounced back so fast. They're really now just trying to figure out why this might have happened. But there's this whole thing of like, maybe we'll never know. Maybe it was just a COVID complication. Sometimes these things just happen. So hopefully we'll be able to figure it out at some point. But he will be cleared to go back to wrestling in like a matter of weeks. Vet, what do you have to say about that? Is that stupid?
I don't know. Why were they like of all the times that we came on here and talked about the news, why would I never hear about this?
I have no idea.
I don't recall hearing about Jonathan Gresham having a stroke. I feel like that would be bigger news than, what the Undertaker said on some podcast.
Yeah, I read it like sometime last week, man. Yeah, it was kind of not as big, the news, for whatever reason, about him having a stroke. I did come across it, then I forgot about it, and then just seeing the update just reminded me about it. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know, but Liz says this. It depends on the severity of the stroke. If he didn't have a full-blown stroke, he could be okay. Having a friend who is a neurosurgeon, there are mini strokes that are unexplained.
So he had too many strokes, maybe? I mean, I don't know.
It doesn't say. Either way, let's just hope he gets back on his feet. That's for sure, man.
Yeah.
And Dead Man Walking Pal 3. Well, don't say that. Cold-blooded. If I was him, I would back the hell away from wrestling anyway, dude. That's just my opinion for quite a while, mate, because that would be a big scare for me.
Yeah.
I mean, he's only 37 years old. Thank you, Josh, by the way. That's pretty young, Vet.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, there's nothing else I can add to it.
No, and plus you said it, you put everything in perfect sort of thing. But speaking of injuries, let's go to Ospreay now. Because as far as we know, he's having his match at Forbidden Door, correct? And this will be his last match because he's due to have neck surgery. And he's just explaining that he's been getting some advice from Cope or Edge, whatever you want to call him, about what he has to go through with his neck surgery. Now, Vet, is this the right move for him to do? I know it's in his hometown, it's in London, and blah, blah, blah. But, man, do you sometimes have to put your shit aside and just say, look, man, my health is more important at this point than wrestling in my hometown? I mean, if I was him, I wouldn't be wrestling this match, if it's all true.
Well, you know me, normally the compassionate, loving person that I am, I would tell him, of course, that your health is always more important. But on the other hand, part of me just wants to say, fuck him. Go ahead and wrestle the match. Whatever. Like, you don't listen to any fucking buddy about any fucking thing. So go ahead and do it and die. See if I care. I don't care anymore. Will Ospreay can do what the fuck he wants. I heard a clip of him talking on some random fucking podcast. Who the hell cares who this person was or who he was talking to? And he sounded like he was in a tin can, by the way. So it's like, I'm sure modern day phones can even sound better than this microphone if you're calling in for a podcast, but Jesus Christ. But what he was saying was like, oh, you know how we're going to talk about on the Dynamite thing. He said, he's going against doctor's orders. Then on the Shoot podcast, he's saying like, he's talked to doctors and everything and everybody, he's saying everybody's comfortable with it. But then he also says in the same breath, but this is really nerve wracking for me to go in there, but we're just going to go through with this. I can do this one thing. Everybody's comfortable with it, but it's nerve wracking. Well, guess what, Will? You can't be comfortable and have your nerves racked at the same time. That's right. The polar opposite thing. So what the fuck are you talking about? There is no everybody's comfortable with it. There may be people just throwing their hands up like me and saying, all right, go ahead. You're not going to listen anyway. So fuck him. Fuck Will Ospreay. I mean, people like him don't listen until they're crippled. I'm sure there were people telling Dynamite Kid, hey, slow down, and get off the gas. But look at, so no, spend half your life in a wheelchair. You deserve it anyway, probably. I heard he was a piece of shit, but whatever. Will Ospreay seems like a nice guy, but he's dumb as fuck. So go ahead. Every wrestler wants to go out on a shield. So just do it. What can I say? Wrestling won't miss Will Ospreay really. Like that's the thing. I
agree.
There's so many, like no matter how much people like him, if he's done, there will be a few more to take his place. He's not irreplaceable in terms of, that kind of thing. So, if this is if he wants to just wrestle one more match, I'm actually interested to see how he's going to work this match now. Like, is he going to take it easy? Like, is he just going to, goof off and do like a shitty garbage match and not take any bumps or whatever? Like what, do you actually know how to work, kid? Like, you could prove it to us here. But something tells me he won't.
I agree. 100%. You're already on fire, Vet. That's why he's the best in the world, ladies and gents. But
and Revamp saying a compliment sandwich, but like, I don't even know if being a nice guy is a compliment. In the wrestling business, it's almost an insult sometimes. So it may be a triple burial sandwich, actually. Who knows?
Yeah, but someone's got to tell him. I mean, who else in the podcast world is as straight up as you are? I mean, no one says it the way you do, man. So yeah, fact is facts, man. In other news, Killer Cross and Scarlett make a surprise appearance, so-called surprise. I'll throw my quotations up, at GCW Homecoming 2025, Part 1 event, that is. Now, GCW doesn't mean shit to me because WWE and GCW do a lot of work together. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what to think when it comes to this. Until he turns up at some indie friggin' place that's got no connection to WWE, then I'm convinced 100% that this is really a shoot. I'm starting to lean towards that now. He's probably is out of contract. But I don't know what's going on anymore, Vet. Anything changed with you, or we'll see what happens?
Pretty much. I don't care.
Yeah.
I really don't care. And I don't care if anybody else cares. And I'm pretty sure they only went to GCW so that Scarlett and Shotzi can hang out because they're buddies.
Right. Well, yeah. And again, GCW is affiliated pretty much with WWE, so it doesn't really matter at this point. But yeah, that's that. Any other news?
Probably.
Well, apparently there was bullying allegations with Cora Jade. Oh, well, actually, Elena Black, formerly known as Cora Jade. Yeah, well, apparently, this is what she has to say. NXT developmental talent Alexis, I don't know how you pronounce this, Lete or Lete, as in Lete. Have you heard of it before?
Who dat?
I have no idea, but she was released by WWE in September of 2023.
Well, that's her shoot name, right? She probably would have had a gimmick name.
I don't know. It just says NXT developmental talent Alexis Lete or Lete or some shit. Anyway, following her release, Roxanne Perez and Elena Black, the former Cora Jade in WWE, made online negative comments I remember this. Online negative comments towards Elite, and was later revealed to have been due to reports of backstage heat she had with both of them during her time in WWE. On a recent episode of That One Time with Adam Met Wally podcast, featured Elite as the guest, and one of the topics discussed.
Who the hell are these people?
I have no. I'm just fucking reading what it's telling me. I have never heard of this Adam Metwally. I have no idea who that is. But anyway, one of the topics discussed.
when I Google this person, you know how when you Google somebody, it tells you like what they're known for, like
Right.
athlete, or actor or whatever. Like Alexis Leet, volleyball player.
Really?
That's what it says. That's what her thing is. Oh, Miss Indiana USA 2020.
Cool. I mean, is Indiana known for hot chicks? I mean,
No.
that's why I'm asking.
And looking at her, she's definitely an Indiana 10. She's like
Really?
a Cali 5.
Wow.
I don't even think
Kelly
she
Five?
actually, I don't recall even seeing her on, I don't think she ever made it to TV. Let me see. Although she did not have an official in-ring debut, Lily appeared on NXT programming, including a live in-arena promo where she introduced her persona to the audience. Yeah, don't remember that.
I've never heard of this name
No,
before. The
that
point is
never
she was
happened.
bullied, apparently by Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez.
Okay.
And she just basically was having a cry about it on this Met Wally guy. I wonder what comes up when you type his name in Google. But anyway, and that's basically it. And, Elena Black apparently thinks that, maybe that's one of the reasons why she got, fired. But she just said, Cora Jade sucks. End of story. That's at the end of it. So, yeah. Well, apparently Liz
depending on
says-
what she means, she could be saying that figuratively, like Liz is saying, or literally like other people have accused her of doing. So, hey,
Well, yeah, stop being bullies, girls. That's all I'm saying. There's
yeah,
actually a lot
everybody
here
be
to
nice.
read.
Haven't you guys watched WWE Unreal? Haven't you guys seen all the hugging and stuff backstage? Didn't you see like Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair hugging? Why are you being mean to each other? Don't you know once you get to the elite echelon of performers, it's all about hugging and love and crying and kisses? What are they teaching you in NXT if you're bullying everybody down there? Hey, I thought they got rid of Bill DeMott.
Good point.
Isn't Matt Bloom supposed to be hugging people?
Apparently, I mean, he's still there, right? Matt Bloom, formerly known as Prince Albert.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's a big teddy bear, apparently. But,
Yeah.
well, apparently he's still there. Is Norman Smiley still there? Do you know?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. Norman Smiley. Remember him? Funny dude. Anyway, in other news, have you heard about Hogan's, the conspiracy gets deeper. It might not even be a conspiracy anymore, Vet, at this point, because apparently Hogan reportedly may have been victim of medical malpractice. So get this, WWE Hall of Famer and wrestling legend Hulk Hogan, real name, of course, Terry Bollea, passed away this past July at the age of 71 due to a heart attack. TMZ Sports reported that their sources stated that Hogan might have been a victim of medical malpractice for the cause of his death. It was reported that an occupational therapist in Hogan's home had told responding officers that the surgeon who did a recent operation on Hogan had severed his phrenic nerve. In an official statement to TMZ, Hogan's widow Sky confirmed that Hogan's phrenic nerve was compromised during one of his recent surgeries. Sky reportedly also stated that an autopsy has been done, but for whatever reason, Vet would not give the results. Also, in an official statement to TMZ, the Clearwater Police Department stated that the investigation into Hogan's death remains ongoing. They go on to say, we have both been in communication with family members, including his son Nick and daughter Brooke. The unique nature of this case has required us to interview multiple witnesses and seek medical records from a variety of providers, and our detectives continue to do that. All of this just takes a little bit of time, obviously a bit of time. The Hogan family has been appreciative of our efforts and our communication with them, and that's the end of the article, Vet, what is going on here, dude? I mean, could there possibly be some sort of, I mean, could he still be alive if it wasn't for this doctor apparently in the house?
Possibly. I mean, I think the way people are framing it is like it's some kind of a hit job.
Yeah.
Like an assassin doctor went in there during the surgery and was like, oops.
I don't want to laugh.
But you could just as easily believe that someone could have just fucked up because everybody's shitty at their job now and doctors are no exception. So
freaks me out, dude.
You know, like if current day medical students didn't have AI to like pass their courses for them, then they could just as easily be fucking up your order at McDonald's too. So it's not like these things couldn't happen, but obviously I have no idea. I wasn't there, and there's a lot of shit swirling around this whole issue.
Yep.
So who even knows? But it's, you know, it's just an unfortunate situation. I mean, you hear about this like all the time after the fact. There's always like a lot of celebrity deaths are just like very fishy.
Right. And it's weird, dude. It really
like,
is.
even if you don't believe in conspiracies, if you stack up so many celebrity deaths over the years where they talk about like what happened, you're like, now wait a minute, because this can't all just be 100% legit. Why are all, you know, I don't know. It's pretty crazy, but it's too late now. I mean, there's nothing. What are we going to do now?
Yeah, well, that's right. You know what? I've never asked you this, not even off the air, to be honest, for whatever reason. But are you into conspiracies and shit like that? Like, do you believe in any of that shit or?
Not really. But once you're a pro wrestler, you don't believe anybody anymore. So everything's kind of on the table. You have to kind of look at things and just go, I don't know, maybe.
That's
you got everything's answer. Like a 50-50, whether it's a work or not now.
That's awesome. That is a perfect answer, bro. That is good. That really sums up the news, dude, because everything else is just meh. I mean, who cares about Greater Answers to Like a Prayer by Madonna on this week's Ring of Honor, which does pop me, don't get me wrong. It's kind of funny, that entrance. But still, I couldn't care less. That's the rest of the news. You know, there's nothing else to really point out. I've said all the major ones. So, Vet, I've already got my gloves on.
Oh, I see. But they're fingerless. You might have to touch some of this.
I mean, see, that's why I'll say it wasn't as bad. But then again, what's the point, right, when your fingers are still exposed? It's all the Illuminati, Charles. You know what I mean? You can go on, you can say all sorts of groups, Skulls and Bones, the Belays. I mean, we can go on and on, but anyway, we're not the conspiracy horsemen. That's more in Ben's wheelhouse.
Mm-hmm. Well,
but anyway,
I'm sure he had a lot to say on it, and
guaranteed.
Yeah, as long as he can pull himself away from his cake. That probably 100%. Has a file in it and a bomb.
It is weird though, Vet, that, you know, when it comes to celebrities, man, all of this weird shit tends to follow them, dude, in death. I mean, there's got to be something to it, but if there is, I don't know, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. Well, I'm contemplating something about this sifting.
Okay.
Perhaps we take a different approach. Tell me what you think, Jimmy.
Please.
What if we work backwards? Because I would prefer to end the Wreckage on a positive note. And we're not going to get that if we finish with Collision.
Fair call. I agree. Let's do it.
So maybe we should review Collision first.
Yeah,
but that wouldn't make sense, would it? I don't know. What do you guys think? Does that sound like something that could possibly happen?
Let's be honest. Do we need to even talk about it at this point?
Well, yeah, we could sign off now and have a short, a short Wreckage, but I'm just thinking. I mean,
honestly, we can just give the results and say there's no point of even talking. Like you said, dude, let's go backwards, because one thing, I don't want to just be totally negative and just shit on shit. So maybe we'll just give the results, just give it a little 1-2-liners and breeze just through the Collision friggin' part of this show.
Well, it's not that Collision was so bad. The problem is I really I really enjoyed Dynamite, the ending. So I'd rather like we can, instead of me tearing everything apart, maybe I can praise something and then we can end the show. Like we've never done that. It's hardly ever happened. So, I don't know. All right, let's try it. Anyway.
Let's do it. Something different.
Yeah, because to be honest, nothing on Collision really got a follow-up. Like it wasn't following anything up from Wednesday.
Nothing,
so
dude, 2 different shows.
It doesn't even
man.
matter that.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is there any point of even really talking about it? Like in that sense, because they had nothing to do. One show was completely different to the other, dude. I look at it more like New Japan was Collision, sort of, and Dynamite was your typical AEW shit, right? I mean, that's what it was, essentially.
Right. Well, Collision's going to open up with Don Callis, and he comes out and does this intro for Hechicero for some reason. And does Don, I'm not sure if Don knows that Yo Soy means I am, because he says Yo Soy Hechicero, and I'm saying you're not Hechicero, tú eres Don Callis. Why are you saying that? Why aren't you saying LS, or you know what I mean? Or what I don't understand. But anyways, or maybe it's just a rib, but anyway, this happens.
No one knows Spanish there, let's be real. So it probably is a rib.
But he said it in America too. This isn't the first time he said it.
Case.
I gave him grace the first time I heard him say it, but now that he said it again, I'm questioning it. So anyways, so we get the Callis family versus Skyflight and Hiromu.
Mm-hmm. Didn't we see these pretty much?
Almost.
Almost,
well,
right.
Hiromu hits the attitude adjustment on Rocky Romero to finish the match. And then Fletcher walks out and holds the belt up. So here's the match that we've got looking at, we could be minutes away from it for all we know. Cause like I said, in about, an hour and 26 minutes, Forbidden Door will kick off. So
it wouldn't be on the pre-show this match, surely.
No, but what if they open the card with?
I bet it will open though. You're right.
So, here's the thing. What we have here, as we were talking about Will Ospreay earlier, we have a man who faced a career-threatening neck injury years ago versus Kyle Fletcher. I'm scared.
I'm worried.
And you know why?
Yeah. Well, yeah. As long as I hope he doesn't do that bump. He probably will. But again, that's on Hiromu too, man. If he agrees to it, you know what I'm saying?
I know Hiromu knows a little bit of English.
Does he?
And if he doesn't know the phrase "that doesn't work for me, brother," then he better learn it quick. Just don't have Don Callis teach it to him in Spanish.
That'd be funny. Yeah, I hope so, dude. I'm worried too, man, for sure. But because the thing about Fletcher, he comes across. Look, I know he's working and all that, but he does have this cockiness about him. Like he takes his shit he takes himself a little too serious. Does that make sense? I could be reading way too much into it, but I truly feel he thinks in his own head that he's one of the best out there to do it, man. Legitly. That's what worries me.
I think it's important that everybody does feel like that, but I'm just telling everybody else that you're not.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, you should have confidence. You should have the kind of confidence that, like Jimmy's talking about, where you look at him and you feel he believes it. Right, every wrestler should have that. But I'm just here to tell you, for anybody that thinks Kyle Fletcher might have it, he does not have it. Yeah, he is dangerous, and he's already hurt people, and he's going to hurt somebody else. So, everybody be careful.
Before you continue on, Labrat's saying Kyle is Sid the kid from Toy Story.
That's all. Well, yeah, maybe, but he's more like, he's less sadistic than he just is clumsy, or not clumsy, but just reckless, or Well, he does kind of look like him, though, actually, now that you say it. Maybe that's what you mean. But whatever. The point is he is mangling things, and he looks weird. So, speaking of weird, they did another little vignette for Hook's return, and this one involved like a very Robot Chicken-esque thing where they took 2 action figures of Hook and had them sort of suplex each other.
Jesus Christ, bro. I don't like this, dude. I'm sorry. I love Hook, but this is stupid, dude. What is he, a kid still? I mean, he's young,
kind
but
of.
like...
Kind of.
I mean, come on. Like, what is this shit? Whose idea is this? And I'm sure he's just a good kid that just says yes to everything, probably. Could be wrong. But I'm sure he's one of those types, you know what I mean? And Tony would be like, yeah, trust me, you'll be over, man. Like, you know, like, I don't know, bro. This is just dumb for me, but cool. Whatever makes him happy.
All right. Well, we have a women's profile sort of little package video that has to explain who these people are going to be that you're going to see on Forbidden Door. Because guarantee you don't know who they are. You don't know who Persephone is. You don't know who Bozilla is. Because if I don't know who they are, then you definitely don't. So they need this package to explain it. I guess they did a nice little job of explaining it.
Why is there all these Greek goddesses names like in wrestling? These like Persephone.
Yeah, that's.
We've got Megan Bain. You know what I mean? Like acting like she's a Greek goddess from Thessaloniki. I mean, come on, bro. Like, what is this? Where's Athena? Oh, actually, we do have an Athena already.
We do have an Athena already.
But technically, she's
if
not, you know.
If I went to a show with Persephone, I'd bring a sign that says, "Go suck a pomegranate." But, you know, that's just me.
God.
Oh,
shit. I mean, what's
hey,
next?
you know who might have sucked a pomegranate before? Isla Dawn. She's here.
I don't even care, but they made it a big deal, bro.
She's here as Isla Dawn.
Is that it? Yeah, where's Hades lives? Jeez. Anyway, cool, man. I've never been a fan of hers. I'm not going to lie, bro. I know it's in her hometown. We're in Scotland, whatever, but come on.
She's not even Australian. You don't like her?
Nah, unfortunately, I've never been a fan of hers, man. I understood straight away why WWE released her, and it didn't bother me. But now AEW've got it. Cool for them. It will do nothing for this women's division.
Well, as usual, they have no idea what they had, and neither does AEW probably. Like, I have not seen her since NXT UK do anything worthwhile. And if she had just come in doing that, what she was doing in NXT UK, there was something there, and they blew it. It's the same thing with, like, you're seeing Lyra Valkyria now. There was something there, and they blew it. They don't know what the fuck they're doing, as Ray would play that Trump clip or whatever, right? Yeah, it's like,
I love that.
When did WWE completely start misunderstanding who and what they have on their hands when they're looking at their own roster?
I'm confused too, bro. Like, I don't know what's gone wrong so bad. Like, it's they've done a whole U-turn, bro. Like, we've gone straight back to like 2009. It feels like in how bad WWE has gotten. More particularly on the SmackDown side of things, Vet. It is atrocious, bro. Atrocious.
Well, in any case, Isla Dawn used to be on SmackDown, but she's here now. And
nice.
She's facing the Megasis. And it doesn't go well for Isla Dawn. So she's just here. She gets the Liger Bomb. Boy, Tony, you sure showed WWE. You sure showed them, man. You stuck it to them. Look what we did to somebody that you let go. Ha, we can make her look even worse than you did. Ha ha. Anyway, so Megan's going back up the ramp. She passes Willow Nightingale because Willow Nightingale's got a match with herself and Queen Aminata versus Dark Sky, Dark Julia.
Dark Sky, Dark Julia.
Yeah, them.
Do the laugh.
Yeah, them. Well, Queen Aminata wins with the off with your head to Dark Sky. Dark Sky wins with the off with her clothes. Did you see how little she was wearing on this? Like, she's wearing less gear than ever. And
I'm not complaining.
Can I just say, no complaints.
No complaint. And the week before, she had a bit of a, wasn't her fault, but her whole cake was showing pretty much. I failed to mention it last week. We both didn't mention it, but it just came to my mind now that you mentioned about her wardrobe and stuff and what she was wearing. I mean, dude, she just doesn't. But you know what I don't like about now, in all seriousness, these Dark Sisters, whatever you want to call them, are they just losers now? Or is that what's, I mean, they're doing nothing. Like, they're really doing nothing for him. And I feel like they could be doing something with these two women. I am a fan of both of them, not just for their looks. I think they've got potential. But for whatever reason, AEW just tends to, like, not give them nothing.
Somebody must be upset.
Must be 100%. Thank you, Prof. We've got a lot
bakery time.
It's bakery time, all right.
All right.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like Labras said, you know, just going off for looks, but at the same time, that's good enough.
That's it. That's all it is. That's all they are at this point. Just
I mean, I still barely watched it, but if I had watched it, I would have watched it. So anyway, so Tekla, Penelope, Megan, Harley, Statlander, all run down for schmozzing. And
schmozzing, I like it.
Yeah, they just, I mean, it's just hit everybody's music, awesome. You know, that kind of thing. Like, we just got to get all these women involved. They all made the flight here, so let's hit all their music.
Time for schmozzing. I like it.
Yeah, and Statlander cleans house, and the bad guys run away, so that's fine. Lexi is with Daniel Garcia and Fatty Magic. I wasn't listening. Platinum Open Challenge. They started to do his chant, but he looked like he was going to praise them, but then he said he couldn't understand them because of their accent. And his opponent, surprise, surprise, the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah, that was cool.
Were you surprised?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, I was, but I wasn't at the same time. I mean, it makes sense for him to make an appearance since he will be at Forbidden Door. But yeah, it was kind of surprising. I just laughed. I'm like, oh, here we go. He's gonna get tied up pretty much into a ball, and you know. But unfortunately, didn't Billy Gunn get involved here?
Well, yeah. So after Zack Sabre, I mean, this is just a warm up. He's just got to do a little quick exercise, a little warm up for his big match, you know, at Forbidden Door. But yeah, kneeling Cobra Twist, I guess you would call it. I've never seen that before, but he did it. 2 minutes, 23 seconds. But then after that, you know, that jerk Anthony Bowens comes out and starts attacking Max because he's still a scorned lover or whatever, I guess, and just can't stand that, you know, like I don't know what he's mad about. It's not like Max is winning. He's also losing.
That's what I'm saying. Dude,
you guys are both losing.
He's got to be a scorned lover, like you said. I mean, it's the only other conclusion we can come up with, right? I mean, seriously, what's his issue, dude? He's a loser. You're both losers. My God.
So then Daddy Ass has to come out and, you know, separate the kids, you know, because that's what you do. When you're the dad, you have to come in the room and be like, all right, you guys, and pick them up by their back of their T-shirts and, like, you know how it is.
Oh, no. This saying Texas is coming up with something big here. He's saying, watch Take a Shitter. I mean, I'm sure he means Takeshita. Cash in on Forbidden Door on ZSJ and do it Money in the Bank style. Now, if New Japan give him that,
that's actually how you spell his name. So I don't know what else he could have done.
Oh, it looked like it just the shitter part really emphasized for me for whatever reason. If they surely wouldn't, New Japan surely wouldn't allow this to happen on their pay per view, on an AEW pay per view this time. I mean, if they do that, you might as well just.
Anything can happen in the NJPW.
Well, if they do that, they've got
anything
nothing.
Will, because they're completely, you know,
lost it right now. But
yeah, it's over. It was nice. It was nice for a while there.
I still can't believe Takeshi is your G1 champ, bro. Like tournament winner, man. It's still bizarre to me.
Yeah, unless. Yeah, just no, I don't.
It's bizarre, bro.
Yeah, whatever.
You know, in Japan, the fans in Japan absolutely lost their shit about that. They weren't happy about it, man. Apparently they booed him out of the building too.
That's interesting, considering their other choice was Evil.
Yeah,
which they also don't
everyone
like.
hates Evil too, bro. The amount of heat he's been getting from the Japanese fans as well is crazy, bro. Wasn't it one stage I used to love Evil, bro?
Oh yeah.
What's happened? Like, what's happened now with him?
Well, they needed him to take all the fun stuff away.
Everything is evil, as he says.
He used to be the cool. He used to have the coolest catchphrases.
Yeah,
he had the cool robe with the cool scythe, and he had the finger laser things. And
remember, he doesn't do that anymore.
No.
Oh,
No. House of Torture. The name House of Torture is in reference to their relationship to the audience. They're torturing you with boredom. They get all the worst wrestlers and have the worst matches with the most boring, everything, and DQ finishes and stuff. They just basically piss everybody off, which is good in the sense that if anybody half-ass believed in wrestling anymore, they'd be doing their job as hated heels. But
but
in today's modern ironic society, if you're not being entertaining, then they hate you. That's what makes you a heel, if you're not being entertaining. So if you're not tap dancing if you're not tap dancing and clowning around and juggling flaming chainsaws and all this other stuff, then you're just a piece of shit, and everybody should everybody should hate you and let everybody know how they feel about you on social media all the time.
Isn't Evil married to Kairi Sane by any chance? I think them two are together, bro.
No. It's Io, I think.
Oh, I know he's with one
Kyrie's
of the
married to some civilian, I think.
Oh, okay. I heard that he was with Kairi, man, and that's why she originally went back to Japan. I have no idea. Don't quote me. I could be wrong. I probably am wrong. But that's what I heard anyway.
No, it's Io. Io and Evil are the married couple.
Interesting.
He's a lucky man, Evil.
That's what I'm saying. Interesting.
Well, he's a skilled man. Let's face it. He's not a lucky man.
Well, he must be skilled. I mean, shit. Must be put some sort of, some sort of evil friggin' magic trick on her or some shit like that.
Yeah. Evil.
Everything is evil.
Yeah. Man. Fucking Evil. All right. Well, anyway, enough about Evil. So this thing happened, and I was like, a bunch of stuff was happening. I didn't feel like writing it all down, but basically, it was something about Statlander and Harley Cameron, and she went in the male extras locker room, and like, I couldn't understand what they were saying because I was fast forwarding and I couldn't hear them because other people were talking to me at the time, and I was like, but I'm not going to rewind it to catch what I missed. But basically, something happened where Jon Moxley came out and gave like one of those, those like bags with a zipper that you put money in. Usually,
I know exactly what you're talking about. Like a pencil case.
He gave one of those to Chris Statlander.
Why though?
I don't know. And
she a prostitute?
Claudio was there. Like the Death Riders were all there, and Harley Cameron was sitting there with her stupid mask, and everybody was just, so I don't know. I didn't want to summarize it, so I just said whatever. Honestly, I'm sure nobody really minds.
It was on in the background for me, but I wasn't paying attention to it. It just did, you know what I mean? But it's either is he a pimp now? Could it be that?
Yeah, probably. Oh, Labrat says Harley was going to get Statlander's money from the bag. They told her next week. Okay.
But
from her winning last week.
Is even a thing, man?
I don't know.
Like, you can't, like, it's stupid. Like, anyway, like, who cares? He means bucks, by the way.
Oh, money for whatever. All right.
I don't even recall when this freaking story started. How did this even, do you remember this?
The only thing that matters in this whole thing is the fact that the Death Riders are trying to recruit Chris Statlander for some reason. That's it. That's all that matters.
Okay.
So we'll see. This is just another layer of the story. If you say they don't have stories, don't tell me they don't have stories. There's a story going on right now where Jon Moxley is looking like he's being very nice and kind to Statlander.
Yeah, weird. But I do remember now. Do you remember there was times where, like the Bucks would help and all that shit?
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's money back for that crap and all that. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Obviously. Like we all forgot about it. Why don't they continue this? Yeah.
I don't know. Forget it. Stone Pitbull versus Takeshita.
Good match on paper.
Yeah. I mean, it was a fine. It's a fine match. If you watch the G1 and these guys were fighting, it would probably look similar to this anyway. They had a nice match, but you know who's going to win. So Takeshita wins with the Raging Fire. Next is Big Bill versus Mark Andrews, also known as Mandrews, but not anymore. They don't. He doesn't say that anymore.
Wait, is that who I think it is?
Yes, it is.
The bald motherfucker?
No.
Okay, don't worry. Never mind.
It's the guy that used to be with Rockstar Spud, and
that's
then he formed a tag team with that Flyboy, whatever his name is, Webster Morgan, Flash Morgan Webster.
Big Bill obviously would have destroyed this guy in like what, 2 minutes?
It took less than that, and he used a black hole slam, which is weird.
Abyss?
Yeah, why? Why did he do that?
I don't know, man. I mean, they had something with Big Bill for a bit, even with Big Keith. I actually started finding them too entertaining at one stage.
Mm-hmm.
But now they're just back to nothing again. Like, it feels like, you know what I mean?
Well, they're waiting for Chris Jericho to come back.
Yeah, you'll be waiting a long. He's gone to WWE, bro. In my opinion, make no mistake about it, Vic. This is Jericho that's leaking all this information on the internet. I guarantee you, bro.
Well, don't you think Jericho wants to work everybody too, just like everybody gets worked
absolutely.
by Seth Rollins?
Either way, whatever he's doing, he's the one that's leaking all this info on the net.
Didn't he sign like a 20-year contract like Bret Hart?
I remember hearing something along those lines that he had signed along. That's why I don't know where all this is coming from. I mean, apparently December.
His contract he's got more than half of his contract left. He signed a 10-year deal, and AEW's only existed for 5 years, and he signed that deal into AEW's existence. So he's probably got like 7 years left on this contract.
Yeah.
He ain't going nowhere.
See, you know what? I do remember that. You're probably right, man. Again, we'll see what happens anyway. Either way.
Also, can you imagine Chris Jericho in WWE? Can you imagine this fat fuck plodding around the ring and like almost falling over all the time while the young guys are trying to like make him look good?
Do you think WWE will still be interested in him?
For what?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, for what? Just because of who he is, man. At the end of the day.
I do not. There's not one person in WWE in their right mind that would want to see that guy get in a ring and take his shirt off on when they're trying to make all these big money moves. You know, if I'm Slim Jim, I don't want to see Chris Jericho with his shirt off going through my table. If I'm Snickers, I'm gonna be like, damn, this guy's eating too much of our product. I'm not. No, stop it.
Can I just say, man, I'm sick of one thing before we move on. I just want to point out something. You know, all the AEW marketards love saying online, and this makes me roll my eyes. These are dumb. A lot of them are. I'm sorry, AEW marketards, but you're a bunch of dopes. They all think that WWE is worried about AEW, bro, right? They're not worried about AEW. I'm telling you they're not. You know what I mean? This has nothing to do with them worried that AEW is going to take over from WWE in the future somehow. This is all just business. They just want to kill the company for business relations and contracts. You know, think about this. Wouldn't WWE rather have AEW nowhere near around? Because all they do, AEW existing right now with WWE, all they do is inflate contracts for the wrestlers, which is great for the wrestlers, but not good for like WWE, for example, who by all means do not want that. You know what I mean? And in my opinion, it's not that they're not worried about him at all. Has nothing to do with that. They just want to kill him because of business, bro. It's all just business for WWE. Not that they're worried. That's just my opinion anyway. I just think it's all the contracts, all the money that just gets inflated because of AEW. They don't want that shit anymore. That's just my opinion, man.
No comment. So, Gates of Agony versus this is the GOA versus GYV match. So I know you were excited for this because the Grizzled Young Veterans are your favorite tag team.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
The only thing that you would like better than the GYV is if they were two Australian women.
If only.
Yeah.
If only.
No, but unfortunately they're two British men.
Yeah.
Ricochet is on commentary though, and him and Tony Schiavone kind of going back and forth is pretty funny. But eventually
Ricochet killed it again.
Yeah, eventually Gates of Agony open the gates on these guys and it's over. So
Yeah, but where were they on Wednesday, bro?
I don't know.
The gates were locked. But
They were on their way. They were on their way
Yeah.
to. I don't know. All right. So this is something that you would have seen from Wednesday. So this kind of doesn't make as much sense out of order, but you get a promo here from Gabe Kidd and Clark Connors and Drilla Maloney and some fucking guy named Robbie X. I have no idea who that guy is.
Guys,
and he
bro? Apparently the Bullet Club.
he looks ridiculous. This guy looks ridiculous. Yeah, this is what we need. We need another guy that is a bald white guy with a beard that looks like his head is too big for his body. That's exactly what we need in wrestling.
A few
right
of
now.
them were like, they're all short motherfuckers, bro.
Yes. Everybody
Like a whole
in
bunch of
Bullet
them.
Club War Dogs, it's Gabe Kidd and like all cruiserweights after that.
I
They're
have
all
no idea.
short cut guys.
Literally, man. And yeah, like I said, I feel bad for New Japan. All I know, the New Japan guys and they're part of Bullet Club. That's all I know about them.
But the Robbie X guy, they didn't even let him talk. So what does that tell you?
Wow.
Because these other guys ain't not the hottest promo either. So if they're not gonna let this guy talk, how bad is he, right? Well, anyway.
I'm sure. I'm sure it's pretty bad.
All right. Well, your main event is Paragon versus Rod and Todd, which is a great Simpsons reference. But you know, this match was I was just watching this like, get this PWG shit the fuck off of my screen, bro. Speaking of the Simpsons, Jimmy, are you a big Simpsons fan? Like at least the old
Hell
Simpsons.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you remember
man.
the episode about the gun when Homer got a gun and went to like the NRA meetings and stuff? Do you remember that? Or does anybody in the chat?
Man, vaguely. It sounds
Okay,
familiar,
well,
but I'm not gonna act like I remember everything about it.
In the episode, Homer had like, started carrying a handgun and he was ridiculous. Like when he's like walking around the house, he's like, instead of turning out the lights, he's just shooting them out.
He
wants to open his beer. He just shoots the top off the beer with a gun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Sonic just said it. We said at the same time, open his beer with a gun, like all this, right? Is that what the Young Bucks are like at home? Like, do they just super kick everything? Like when they go to open the fridge, do they super kick it open? When they come inside and they close the door, do they super kick the door close? Do they super kick the shower nozzle on to take a shower? Like
God.
They super kick the toilet seat up when they got to take a shit. Like what?
I mean, why not?
I'm just wondering.
They
But
probably
I couldn't help
practice
but think of that. Like it felt like that Simpsons episode, just watching this match with like everything is like a super kick. And that's coming from a guy that already knows that these guys do a super kick. Like they do 500 super kicks in a match. And I'm still like, this is a lot. So whatever about that.
They know that for sure, man. I mean, come on. They have to do it on purpose at this point. But like Josh said, super kick the toilet seat flusher.
Everything. Just instead of kissing your wife goodnight, just super kick. Just knock her out.
Put her to sleep. Yeah. Oh shit.
So the finish of this one is Don Callis runs out and distracts Rick Knox, the corpse referee, as Jim Cornette calls him. Gets up on the apron. He's like, hey, over here. It takes forever. And Okada's running down because he's going to come in and like hit the Rainmaker on Kyle O'Reilly. And then, Roderick Strong's going to try to do something. And then he's going to end up like getting the Bucks to double super kick him and all this stuff. And Rick Knox is like, Don Callis is supposed to be distracting him. This is how bad of a referee Rick Knox is. He is to the point where he's like 2 steps away from the ropes and like turned to the side. Like in his peripheral vision, he would be able to see this stuff going on, let alone hearing it. No, and he's just not like, if you're the referee and the guy is not getting you, distract yourself. Make yourself not see it. Don't see it. And this guy almost saw it. It's just, he's so fucking terrible. Like, God damn it, these people get paid so much money.
You know what's sadder? He was a PWG referee too.
Fuck. He looks like he's so old that this shit should be offensive to him.
Right, I agree. I mean,
He should
I
be
don't know why they're
smoking a
hiding in the
cigarette and
first
cussing
place.
these kids out, but instead they're friends with him and like he referees all their matches and just whatever. But he can't even be a good gimmick ref. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know how
Maybe
like
that's his gimmick. He's a dope.
in Lucha Libre, you know how like there's like a heel ref sometimes, or
Yeah, it makes me
you know, you had
laugh,
the
right.
Danny Davises and the WWF, or
You got the cartel ref, the fat one. Do you know what I'm talking about with the suspenders? He wears suspenders.
yeah, just like this guy is absolutely useless.
Do not be the best ref. Come on, Josh. But can I just say, have you noticed, is there someone missing amongst these superstar, all-star referees in AEW? Where's Rimsberg been?
I don't know.
I just thought about it now, man. It just popped in my head. I'm thinking, you know who we haven't seen talking about bad referees? Where the fuck is Rimsberg, dude? He's gone.
I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't know. I mean, for all I know, he could be there, and I just don't pay attention. But then again, like every time he's there, I feel like he distracts me, and I'm like, oh my god, this guy. So
he has not been around. Can you tell us in the chat if
yeah,
if we're
correct
wrong?
us if we're wrong that he has
Right.
not been there. Anyways, let's just get through this shit. So TK Driver on Kyle O'Reilly, post-match beating, of course. Swerve, I mean, makes the save, I guess, because he comes out and just does his normal entrance where Prince Nana dances and then he walks to the ring. So I guess he's not that concerned.
No, so why is he there?
So when he gets inside the ring, the minute he gets inside the ring, Okada powders out, which was funny. So Swerve is there to fight the Bucks, and then he's getting the upper hand, but then Okada does slide back in and chop block him, and then they start attacking his knee, and he hits a Rainmaker on him, and oh my god, what's going to happen at Forbidden Door? And he holds the belt up, and yada yada yada. As much as I love Okada, you know, not my favorite. I've seen worse endings to Collision, but this match was just so many kinds of Young Bucks rotten, and I just can't with
Let's
these
be
guys.
honest. How bad has this build been to Forbidden Door for these two, man? Atrocious.
Yeah,
There's
no
no
build
build.
at all. There's not really.
None, except for
Until this, there's really been nothing but words and a shove.
that's
but-
it, bro.
I mean, but that's all you need. I mean, I wouldn't have even done this. I just wouldn't have had him touch. You know, there's always ways that you could. Man, I'm not gonna cut a poll. I'm not cutting a promo. I'm not gonna cut a promo.
Dude,
You guys have heard me say all this. You know, you've heard me say it 100 times. So just remember
love
one of
your
those
promos,
times
dude.
and insert it here. Okay.
Well, I think they're listening, and I'll tell you why when we get to this point on Dynamite, especially because I was talking about this and you agreed too, and then funny enough, it happened. But we'll talk about it.
All right. Let's talk about it, as
Let's talk
TNA
about it.
champion Trick Willie would say.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going backwards now. We're in Wednesday, and you know what that means? It means Bryan Danielson's on commentary.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun,
Surprise.
dun.
Surprise, surprise. He's just like a normal dude now. He doesn't even look like a wrestler anymore. Like he just, not that he really looked like a wrestler, to be fair.
Yeah,
But now he just looks like just any other dude off the street.
yep. Well, he is.
Cool.
I mean, he's retired, so he is
Yeah,
a dude
he's
off the
done.
street now.
I don't think he'll ever have another match. I truly believe that, dude.
Yeah, well, you know, he can have one with Will Ospreay.
What, Battle
We'll
of
see
the
who
Necks?
can force a retirement first.
That's a great stipulation. Jesus Christ. Who
Well,
would win that?
speaking
I
of
bet you
which-
Ospreay would.
Speaking of which, after Hank Person arrives, Will Ospreay comes out and he starts fluffing Glasgow over some local joint
sausage
that
rolls,
they have
bro.
there.
Come on, you don't know sausage rolls?
Yeah, oddly enough, I don't know it.
I knew it, and that was the first thing that went to my mind. Now, I'll just quickly tell you a quick rundown about sausage rolls. That's a big delicacy, obviously, in the UK, but also here in Australia, it's a big thing, right? And it's not what it sounds. It's not, I don't know how the UK do it, but here, it's just think of meat, right? Just normal meat, like beef, with pastry over it. And then you put tomato ketchup over it, and it's the bomb. I'm sick to death of it. It's just a snack, and it's called a sausage roll, but it's not a sausage in a roll.
That sounds gross, but he was talking about like a specific place.
Yeah, Greg's sausage roll friggin' place or some shit like that. I don't know
Yeah.
what that is, but apparently they make the best sausage rolls.
The people popped. Liz says it's a hot pocket.
It's not a hot pocket. That's completely different, Liz.
Pocket.
I like hot pockets, by the way, especially pizza pockets.
You like hot pockets?
I do, but I get sick of them too, though. Don't get it twisted. Once I've had them one too many times,
No,
I don't want to touch them for
intestines
good
will
2
get
years.
twisted.
I'm sure.
All right.
Revamp, don't give me the vomit. It's actually quite nice,
Yeah.
honestly.
You know, even like you almost even had me up until ketchup, and then I was just like,
You don't have to put ketchup.
I guess that's
I
optional,
prefer
right?
ketchup.
Yeah, that is.
It's optional, right?
Yeah. All right. Well, fuck it.
I almost want to show you guys what it looks
No,
like, but it doesn't matter.
don't show anybody anything. Just like a sausage roll, Will Ospreay's going against doctor's orders by having this match. Remember, this is a working doctor now. He's saying, "I don't care, bruv. I'm doing it anyway, bruv."
Bruv.
And the doctor's like, "No, Mr. Ospreay, please think of your adopted children. Think of your stepchildren."
What's that, dude? Oh. Sorry about that. She'll show me a description about sausage rolls.
Ugh. So Moxley comes out, and then the Death Riders come out, and then Jet Speed comes out, and we got a match here. So
No one cared.
yeah, Jet Speed's partner though, Tanahashi.
Everyone cared at that point. But
Yeah, at that
Jesus.
point everyone started to care, but sadly, and I do mean sadly,
bro.
yes, Tanahashi is struggling out there.
Dude, how bad was that high fly flow, bro? That was bad, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. I was feeling so bad. This was not the Tanahashi. Dude, even when Tanahashi was beat up 5 years ago,
Yeah.
and we were saying then, like, we felt bad. This is 100 times worse than even that time, bro. And he just needs to stop. And he's really out of shape, dude. Like, his tits were flabbing everywhere, dude. They were just
Yeah.
his stomach too. I mean, shit, man. I love him, bro. One of the best of all time. To do it, truly. But
We
I can't watch
don't
him
we
like
don't
this.
want to see him like this.
nah, man,
That's
it
the
ruins
thing.
his legacy, Vet. I'm sorry, man. He needs to just stop.
This isn't a case of like Tanahashi's lost it. It's a case of like
He
his
can't
body
do it.
broke down.
Right.
Like he knows exactly what to do still, but like he rode it too hard and the wheels fell off. Like quite almost literally, because his knees are gone, his back is fucked. Like he's every time he does offensive moves, he struggles to get up off the mat a little bit.
It's like you just want to stay there, like just lay down. You're like,
Yeah. So like if he had not gone so hard for so long, he could be this age and still putting on, decent matches, but it's just that, he needs a full body transplant. So
Jesus. He does, though, unfortunately, man. I mean, he still looks as elegant as ever with his hair and shit, but yeah. It's sad, bro. It's
Josh
sad
says,
to see.
will Tanahashi end up worse than Angle? I don't think so, because Tanahashi's never had neck problems.
Thank God.
So if Tanahashi could get time off and get some like replacements, he might have a nice quality of life. Because I don't think he has the nerve damage and shit that Kurt Angle has.
Well, I read a while back, apparently he's got young kids. I didn't know that, right? Because he's very private, man, about that.
Yeah, because believe it or not, people still try to kayfabe over there.
Well, yeah, exactly, right. And
Crazy.
he was saying in an interview that he struggles to play with his kids, even, man, like just to get on his knees. So it makes me wonder, like, why the fuck are you still wrestling, dude? Like, you know what I mean? Just, you're a legend. You've done everything you've accomplished. Dude, I remember WWE wrestlers used to mark out when they met him, dude. I remember seeing a specific photo of Triple H looking like he was marking out when he met Tanahashi, bro. No shit. You know what I mean? And we know that Triple H is a big fan of Japanese wrestling and whatnot. But he truly looked like he was marking out, bro. that's that's the legend you are, man. I mean, just for his own sake, just please, man, just stop,
well, I mean,
stop
he
for
already did. He's already on the John Cena thing, so it's
right.
I mean, we already know he's not going to do it much longer, so it's just
still, man, it's hard to watch, bro.
But we watched it, and Marina Shafir tries to cheat in this match, and she gets ejected, and she doesn't want to go, and Will Ospreay helps her to the back. And then the War Dogs come out, and this is why, they had a promo on hello, Byron Cutler. What's that? Is that a picture of Julia?
Yes.
Well,
it is.
This guy knows how to do it.
Thank you for joining us, Brian.
Yeah, War Dogs come out. Will comes back out with a body bag. He's carrying a body bag with presumably a body in it. In the ring, Tanahashi hits the aforementioned high fly flow on Yuta. Then the heels use the heat back move, but then the conglomeration comes out, and then the ops come out, and then it turns out that it was Darby in the bag the whole time, and then there's another schmoz. It's
a schmozzy.
It was a schmozzy week, I'll tell you that. And
schmozzy week.
Darby does a coffin drop off the mezzanine on everybody.
While no one was looking towards him either. Did you notice that? They had their backs turned to him, bro. And he just, phew.
Fuck it. Just do it. Yeah, just, same thing. Same thing to, same thing I said to Will Ospreay. Fuck it. Just do it. Do whatever you want, Darby. You can't talk to Darby. He just got to do it.
He doesn't listen clearly at all.
Yeah. But, after all that, just hit Will Ospreay's music, I guess. I don't know. I don't know whose music to hit. Just hit Will Ospreay.
Dude, I said the same
thing. The guy that didn't wrestle.
Dude, I said the same thing. I look at D, I kid you not, bro, and I'm like, why are they playing Ospreay? They should have been playing Darby's, really, right?
Yeah, or Tanahashi, or anybody.
Or Tanahashi, yeah, but yeah, Ospreay it is.
Yeah. Well, that was that. It's Cope time. And that is in relation to not only is Adam Copeland coming out, but it's time for us as an audience to cope with this bullshit we're about to see.
But wait a minute. This is the part that I was talking about earlier when I said about we spoke about this. Do you remember I was saying to you, I think a couple of weeks back, I go, if I were them, do not change Christian. Keep him as that prick, that asshole. It'd be a funny dynamic if you have these two like that. Well, that's exactly what they did, Vet.
Mm-hmm.
Are they listening?
No, I think Christian was just going to do this regardless because he knew that was the only thing that should happen.
Right, absolutely. I like that too, but continue.
Right. Yeah, so they hit Christian's music after they're done singing Cope's music.
I hate that, but yep.
Yeah, and then Edge is like he's an asshole, but he's my asshole, which is I'm not even going to try to unpack that that statement. But anyway, Christian did say he found himself to be perfect. And they're not on the same page, but they may be in the same book, and he'll be the best tag team partner you've ever had, like this version of me, yada, yada. The matriarchy is out there. And then they show a video with Nick on the screen, and he's got a broken foot somehow. Like, when did that happen? I don't know. But even with a broken foot, he's one step ahead. And here comes the dinosaur. Killswitch is back.
Yeah.
Surprise,
Shocking.
Surprise. Pneumonia was not enough to make him go extinct. And he choke slams people. And there you go.
Is he Luchasaurus or Killswitch?
They said Killswitch.
Okay, I must.
And it took him a while. Like they act like they didn't know what to say at first because they kept not saying his name, and then they finally said Killswitch.
Yeah, well, I'll be honest. I couldn't remember his previous name. I kept thinking of Luchasaurus, and maybe the same thing was happening with the commentators, and that's probably why they took a while to actually say his name. But I don't care though. Really, I don't miss him, bro. Good for him though that he's back and he's alive. That's what matters. But for me, I've never been a fan of Killswitch, Luchasaurus, whatever.
He's back. He's jacked. He's got green dye in his beard.
Is it dye there, man? Anyway, I wonder what he's doing. But anyway, he's back.
All right, Mark Briscoe came across the ocean to kill MJF.
He did. He actually said
according to him. Yeah. We'll see how that goes later.
Yeah.
MJF wants to be Ricochet's friend, so they make a little deal. Him and Ricochet and the crew. Not the crew of Action Andretti and Leo Rush, but the crew that Ricochet has put together with GOA. And now we get to the tag team tournament finals of FTR versus Brodido.
Before you continue, I wanted to say a quick thing about this. Halfway through the match, I had a thing that I wanted to get Sprite, right? I just wanted Sprite, a can of Sprite. So I went to the gas station halfway through this match. I didn't even drive there. I actually rode my bike there, right? So I rode, got my drink, whatever, come back. I felt like I took a little bit. And I said to D, just tell me what happens. Don't pause it, right? Just tell me what happens. I come back, bro, and the match was still going. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, is this match still going? And then it just finished. I'm like, no way, man. Went to the anyway. Continue.
All right, so we'll explain why that's significant.
Right.
So, they start this match with Stokely. I mean, they'll start it. It's not like ding ding and then this happens, but like towards the early part of the match, Stokely hits Brody with the sling that he has on his arm, and apparently there was a pipe in it. So it busts him open. So he hits Brody with that. So Brody's bleeding on the outside, and they start working on him. He makes a lukewarm tag to Bandito, because they're doing a double heat, which means that they're going to get heat on Brody King first, and then they're going to get heat on Bandito, and Brody King's going to make a hot tag later. Even though when they're trying to get heat on Bandito, he stays alive by bumping them around a lot. So basically Bandito's tossing FTR left and right, but yet he's supposed to be taking heat during this portion. So there goes your psychology out the window. He even at one point, like, remember now, just to explain, sorry to wrestle-splain to you guys, but when you get heat in a match, that's the part where the babyface is supposed to be selling, and it's supposed to be dangerous, and you're supposed to think he could lose at any point. Now, everybody is smart enough to know that he's going to make that big tag, and everybody's going to get excited, and, the babyfaces might save the day. But during this time, you're really supposed to buy into the fact that this guy might lose, or that he's at least getting hurt really bad, and he might not even be able to tag his partner. So during that portion of the psychology of the match, at one point, Bandito gets over on Stokely and gets that mask back that he stole and had been wearing. So he had enough time to do that. In the time when he's supposed to be selling, he actually got over on the manager and got his mask back too. So,
silly.
Yeah, and then he makes an ice cold tag to Brody so that he can hit another comeback. And at this point, they're talking about 5 minutes remaining. And I'm like, oh, okay. So again, when it's convenient, there's a time limit now.
Of course. I don't recall them announcing it.
No. I guess we were supposed to know all these matches had a 30-minute time limit. They always have, Jimmy. It's just that none of them went that long. Oh my goodness.
Do wins and losses still matter in this company, by the way?
Maybe. Well, actually, we're not going to find out in this match because as time expires, Cashson goes flying through a table. And we don't have a winner. It's a draw. So it doesn't matter if it's a win or a loss because we don't get either one.
I swear to you, I walked in as that happened. Like him going through the table, and then the match ended. I'm like, what? It's still going. Like, I kid you not, man. I was expecting to be like, well, I'm glad that I did it. I missed, half this match, but I'm glad I didn't miss anything else because realistically, I could have missed another 2 segments by the time I got back. And for whatever reason, they wanted to go a time limit draw. Cool.
Well, the reason is because immediately Tony Khan has Tony Schiavone announce that it's going to be a 3-way at Forbidden Door. Since both teams didn't lose, I guess they both won, so they both advanced to a triple threat against the Hurt Syndicate.
Payday.
And then the Hurt Syndicate comes out, and they stand there at the ramp, and they look jacked, and they hold their belts up, and there you go.
They better annihilate everybody.
Yeah, but this is their chance again. You see, they put the Hurt Syndicate now in 2 triple threat matches, and the last time that was a chance to get the belts off them if they wanted to, and they didn't take it. Maybe this time will be the time to do it, and then they could set up a rematch with somebody later. So, knowing what people would probably expect to see, you would think that FTR would win by beating Brodido or something in the match.
Right.
So that the Hurt Syndicate would get a rematch, and then you have the FTR match, and you could have that at whatever the next pay-per-view is going to be. But they might go with one of the other less likely options, which is, and by less likely, I mean obviously more likely, have Brodido win and continue to try to make the Hurt Syndicate the heels, even though everybody likes them more. Or Hurt Syndicate just wins again.
Yeah, I've got a feeling with the latter, dude. I'm going with the latter. I actually don't think they'll drop it because I don't think Tony is thinking the way what you just said. That this is their chance to set it up, right? You know, for them to lose because it makes sense, right? There's another 2 teams they need to worry about, and they don't even have to get pinned. But instead, what's the bet that won't happen? I hope I'm wrong, though.
I don't know, man. Who knows anymore? Would the other 2 teams try to work together to eliminate Hurt Syndicate? Well, it's not going to be an elimination match. It's going to be a first fall match. So, whatever. Yep,
it's true. And also, Sonic the Headdress says anytime they have a winner gets a title match, instead of going through the match, why not both get counted out on purpose if both going to get a title shot anyway? Right. I mean, why not?
Well, I guess if you want a realistic answer to that question, it would be, I guess there was no guarantee that he was going to make a triple threat match.
Right. That's true.
But now that he always does make a triple threat match when this type of thing happens, maybe you should expect it. And then maybe you could have a situation where 2 heel teams do that and try to get some heat, because the fans will get mad if they just don't have a match and both walk out and get double counted out. And then if they do that, then Tony Khan could be like, well, now neither one of you are getting a title shot. And then
that would be good, but they won't do that. That's the problem. But yeah.
No, let's not do that. All right. Let's see. Swerve and Okada package. Okay. Nothing. Okay. Hang Person, is in the ring, complaining about MJF not being an honorable guy.
Oh, really? What's he complaining about, though? Like, why complain when he's never been an honorable guy? Like, I don't understand why he's complaining.
Ask Swerve's childhood home if he's an honorable guy.
Right. I mean, is he really honorable? Think about it.
No, he's just another one of these guys that tries to get over by complaining.
That's all he is.
I mean, it works on social media sometimes. Maybe Hang Person thinks doing a promo on live TV will work, too. And he's talking about ostrich leather for some reason. I wouldn't brag about your shoes being made of ostrich leather.
I know. Is that even?
That's not a flex, is it? Am I that out of touch? Are the kids in the streets like are Jordans made with ostrich leather?
Bro.
Now?
Haven't you not seen that shit? It's ostrich Jordans now, bro. Come on.
Oh man.
I'm joking, by the way, but yeah,
okay.
You know what I mean.
Right.
But fuck, it must be in. Ostrich leather is in.
All right, so. I'm gonna once again. I'm too. Look, I had a long night at work. I'm hurting. I'm old and I'm fucking tired. And I work with fucking children, and I can't get too fired up about this. But I do want to say that what I'm about to describe, even though I'm going to do it calmly,
okay,
like it's still one of the worst things I've ever seen, and it's everything I hate. But I've already cut so many similar promos in the past. I would just please advise you to do your best. Remember your favorite fired up vet promo of the past, of the greatest hits, and pretend I'm doing that now. And so Shivani gets on the microphone and says, I'm being told MJF has a camera.
Oh God, I know this is just, yeah.
Well, he has a camera, all right. He also has a Mark Briscoe, and he's tied up, and they pour gasoline on him, and they say, meet my demands, or I will burn it down. So here's his demands. Number 1, title can change hands on a disqualification. Number 2, title can change hands on a countout. Number 3, he doesn't have to use his contract. So he still has a free shot after this shot. And he's going to Hank Person has till the count of 5 to agree to these demands, or he's going to set Mark Briscoe on fire on live television. And the only thing about this that I will give any sort of the mildest, tiniest bit of credit is only that it's a callback to a guy that committed arson in the past. So it's not like this just came out of nowhere. He's using Hangman's own actions of the past against him, saying like, we'll see if it works for me like it worked for you.
I was going to say the same thing, by the way, there, Brett. You're right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but it's wrestling, right? It's just wrestling. Don't take this so seriously. You know, if AEW still had their version of Unreal, that was airing on TNT, like way before WWE was doing it. Remember how they had one and the WWE copied it? Remember? So, but yeah, WWE's not worried about AEW. They just copy everything they do. So they did that. And then, remember, if they had something like that now, then we could talk about the production meeting where they discussed like, oh, so we'll just have Mark Briscoe tied up and we'll threaten to murder him, and that'll be great. And that'll be good heat for MJF, like we could see that. Literally. We could see, and then we could see the hugging later. Like afterwards, we could see Hangman and MJF hugging, and talking about, man, that was really good. And Mark Briscoe could get up out of the chair and hug MJF and say, I thought you was going to do it. I thought you was going to do it for real. Like we could see all that. If only that AEW, if only that show was still on, but
right. I mean, shit.
Damn.
That's television, folks. Come on.
And you can put on HBO Max too, like 5 episodes. HBO Max right there. Didn't Little Brooks Jensen set Darby on fire?
I don't remember that.
Well, Lil Brooks got set on fire. Remember, because he was slathered. His pants were slathered in that that flame retardant gel. And so was his whole body. Like his hair was dripping wet, but it wasn't water. It was like this clear viscous liquid, not the usual one that he's used to being covered in, but like the fireproof one. But that happened in a hardcore match. That's perfectly fine. But you can't just grab a guy backstage and do it for no reason. You can't hold a guy hostage. And why is Tony Khan okay with this? Like if he's Johnny on the spot by saying, oh, we're going to have a triple threat tag team match for the titles, but he just sits there and watches this whole thing, and then Hangman agrees to the demands. He's like, well, I don't know. So it's like going back to the Moxley thing. It's like this guy committed attempted murder many times. Does the AEW champion just outrank Tony Khan, the owner? Like, does having the belt just put you above everything? Does he do they have the meetings with? Is he above David Zaslav? Well, like, does he call the shots at WBD now? Like,
he does.
Unless somebody's about to get lit on fire, then he's got to do what they say. But other than that, he's running the entire company.
I mean, and also Liz brings up a point. If that doesn't make you fear for your life, I mean, I don't know.
Oh yeah,
would.
No. I'm glad she said that, because I actually have that written down here.
Oh,
so Hank Person agrees on the count of 4 because he doesn't want to take a chance that MJF is just that crazy. So he's like, all right, you can have it. Yeah, you can have all that stuff. And then he runs up the ramp. And at this point, I wrote down Tony Khan might have feared for his life, because he's got to go past. Once he goes through the curtain, he's got to go right past Tony. And if I was Hank Person and I saw Tony Khan sitting there, I'd be like, how could you allow this to happen? And I might want to grab him, not just grab somebody in front of him, which was enough for him to fear for his life. But now I might actually want to grab this guy. I might
This
even pile
annoyed me,
drive him.
dude.
They might have to wear a
Yeah.
neck brace again.
What did they do to why was it their fault? Like, why take it out on them like a savage? Like, he was a savage, bro. Like it was them that did it. If I didn't see him now do what he did to security and whatnot, even poor old Ricochet was like, in the back.
Well, that's the thing. Like, when you're talking about in the wrestling business and the locker room etiquette, when you're supposed to like give up your chair to a veteran, this is not what they're talking about.
No.
You're supposed to get up out of your chair and offer your chair to the person that's been in the business longer than you. You're not supposed to fold it up and hit him in the back and say, "Where the hell is MJF?" That's not what giving up your chair means. You don't hit him with it. You're supposed to, so Hank Purser just doesn't get the business at all. And he punches a security guard too.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Innocent security guard just punched. This is your hero? This is your cowboy? This is cowboy shit?
That's cowboy shit, bro. That's what
You
apparently
pussied
it is.
out. You gave in to the demands of a terrorist. You ran past your boss and didn't ask him any questions. You don't know how to give up your chair to a veteran, and you punched a security guard for doing his job. Why don't I want MJF to win the belt tonight? He's less of a heel in this.
That's what's dumb, dude. I'm speechless, dude. I don't know. Everything was done backwards here, man.
All right.
Literally backwards.
So that was my calm version because I'm tired. But I mean, I think that covers the whole. I think that covers the whole angle there. Let's get to the main event because
Were they already?
we needed something good. And you might
was
look at
actually
this
pretty
on
good.
paper, and if you're one of these people that just doesn't care about AEW, you might roll your eyes at this main event and be like, who cares? But
No gloves.
you would be wrong, because your main event is the ultimate team of the CEO and the goddess, the fallen goddess, versus what I'm going to let's see if they steal this name like they stole what was the name they stole from me?
I know what you're gonna say.
No, what am I gonna say?
Well, you got to call them like the Winter Storm or something like that, right? I mean, come on.
Windstorm.
Yeah.
Windstorm. It's perfect.
I mean, come on. It is perfect.
Windstorm.
Yeah. Come on.
We'll see how long
it's
it
money,
takes.
bro. It's money, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah.
It's money.
It doesn't even sound corny. It sounds like it could be a real tag team.
I mean, shit.
All right. So anyway, this Persephone person is sitting in the audience too. She's got to get a close-up look. So this is the funny part. Okay. I haven't talked about Bryan Danielson's commentary all night.
He loves this, dude.
So literally, as Bryan Danielson is trying to put over Alex Windsor, he's like, you know what's so good about her, Tony, is her fundamentals. And right as he's saying that, she is doing the sloppiest, ugliest headlock takeover. Her feet are out of position. She just looks like she's lazily laying on the mat in the headlock. Like she's exhibiting the opposite of every fundamental. And I know Bryan Danielson was just in his mind. He was like, damn it. I was
100%.
trying to make you look good.
100%, man. Unless he was ripping it legitly, but I doubt it.
Well, because he said it right before she did it.
Right.
So he probably assumed she had better fundamentals. He's probably never seen her do a headlock takeover. So anyway, she did that. Then he's talking about like they're talking about she's talking about her strength. He's like she's talking about she's strong and like she's even fast for somebody how strong she is, but she's really strong. And as he's saying this, Mercedes is doing like the jump off with a crossbody off the second rope, and Windsor goes to catch her, and then she falls over, and is she like, so they have to like they have to improvise. I'm sure Mercedes was like, just kick out and roll through. Like, you know, because now you fucked it up because you fell down, but it's okay. We can still save it if I go for the crossbody on 2, roll backwards, pick me up, do the John Cena. You know, I'm strong. I'm picking you up. She tried to pick up Mercedes off the floor as she fell down again. Then she.
It's sad, bro. It's bad.
Then she almost fell again, trying to just give her. She's just like, fuck it. Just, I'm sure. Again, I know that. I know wrestling.
Frustrated.
Mercedes was trying her best out there. She's like, and this is why people don't give Mercedes credit, because all you marks out there that just sit there and be like, she sucks. You don't know. She obviously has to work with these untrained chimpanzees so often that that like she's trying her best, and she's like, just slam me. Just like a regular body slam. And she gives her a regular body slam and she almost falls again. Like she almost loses her balance giving her a regular body slam after this. This was so hilarious.
You could see it in Moné's face, dude, that she was frustrated, bro. Like she legitimately looked like she was ready to lose her shit. But
yeah, well, she always looks like that, because even if she's not in a bad mood, she's still playing a heel. So it's a good cover.
But this time I felt it, dude. I don't know why. I was like, nah, this bitch is ready just to pop off right now. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you know, Lab Rat says it, you know. You can read Lab Rat's comment if you want.
Oh, well, I mean, bruv, she should not be in this spot, but we know why, bruv. Why is that, bruv?
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
I'm just
in it.
in it, bruv.
So, all right. So, but this, okay, so now we've got this part out of the way. This was the worst part. But Alex Windsor is at her best when she's getting her ass kicked. Okay? Not that she has one, which she should really cover that up, because that is definitely an English woman's ass. So,
and a head.
Cover that up. But so they start getting some heat on her. And this is the best, because Athena starts chewing out Mercedes like in kayfabe, right? She's like, "Get it together, Mercedes."
That was a rib, bro. 100% a rib.
No,
100.
It's so funny, bro. It's so, like, Athena, this is like after a long week, I actually just got to sit down and enjoy this match. And I was just like, oh, thank God they actually put something good on TV for once, because just watching it, if you guys didn't watch this or you glossed over it, if you love wrestling even a little bit and you feel like it's died over the past few years, if you think WWE is just treading water and they're boring and they're all about entrances, and if you think AEW is just a bunch of high spots, after you get through the initial part of Alex Windsor fucking up in the beginning of this match, this is some classic tag team wrestling. FTR, you need to watch this match and take some fucking notes. Okay, guys? This is, you got
100%.
outshined by Mercedes and Athena here as far as heels, because all they're doing, like, they got a lot of mileage out of putting Alex Windsor in the corner, stomping on her and kicking her and choking her and tagging each other and just rotating. It was almost like a unicorn stampede, except much slower, you know?
Right, 100%.
And they're both like talking shit and just being in character and not doing anything silly, because obviously Alex Windsor's a fuck up and she can't be trusted to do any spots. So all they're doing is just getting some heat. You know, they're not letting Bandito fucking get their mask back off of Stokely Hathaway during the heat. They're kicking her. So then they even have like, oh dude, seems like a small thing, but Athena even got a fish hook in. She was like, she's like grabbing her fucking mouth, and I was just like, oh, like to like a wrestler, that's just like it's almost like a salute. It's like thank you for fish hooking. It's the simplest thing, you know. While Kyle Fletcher's like dropping people's necks on the apron, Athena just does a fish hook, and that's much more entertaining and vicious looking, you know.
Fundamentals, bro. Again, right there, like literally, less is more. You know what I mean? And it looks more devastating, like you said. It looks more real because you're fish hooking, literally. But again, tell me that was not a rib. That was a rib 100%. There's no way Mercedes knew that was coming, bro. And you know why she did that? Because of friggin' Winter being how pathetic Winter has been, you know what I mean? And that's the rib, you know what I mean? So, because if you saw her face, she wanted to laugh, sort of, bro, but she was trying not to. You know what I'm saying? So I laughed at that spot. I'm thinking, oh, for sure, that's a rib. And yeah, Athena's just on another level, bro. The more I watch her, the more I love her, bro, for real.
She's on another level,
bruv.
Yeah, while your flabby girlfriend is in here blowing spots. Dude, but anyways,
she's I don't find her attractive at all, dude. Like,
hey, everybody can't be perfect. But so, anyways, they give a warm tag to Tony Storm. Tony Storm comes in, gives Mongolians out to everybody, which that's a rib, but it's funny.
100%.
I can see RJ City in the back being like, you know what move nobody does anymore? A Mongolian chop. Like, can you do a Mongolian chop? You can see him doing that, right? Like,
dude, I give him so much more credit than I don't think people realize how funny and good he truly is, bro. If he's allowed to be him, he's actually quite fucking hilarious, dude.
Yeah. But here's where they made another mistake, because I think having 2 sets of heat in this match was a mistake, because it wasn't long enough to need it. They should have just kept Alex in there longer and built the tag to Tony to be a hotter tag.
Right.
Because Alex Windsor's comeback sucked. I mean, she almost fell down again during it. Like, she tried to kip up and she almost didn't make it. Like, she almost fell back down on her kip up. So, anyways, so they should have spent more time on getting that tag, building that anticipation for the tag to Tony. But yeah, they didn't. And, so she got the sharpshooter on Mercedes, Alex Windsor did, who Mercedes was not legal. And then the referee Aubrey is trying to tell her she's not legal. And Alex Windsor's like, huh? And then here comes Athena with the O face. Boom. 1, 2, 3. So there you go. Also, right before that, she picked up Tony on the stairs and just gave her a pile driver and started cackling like a comic book supervillain. And that I saw that on an Instagram clip earlier too. So that's been going around. Pretty good. Good finish. There was a couple things in the match I didn't like, but that just shows you how, like, if you've got entertaining people who know how to do their job, they can take those mistakes and make you forget about it, because the finish was hot enough that none of that other stuff that Alex Windsor screwed up mattered.
No, do you think? I wonder if if she had to cry to Ospreay like later on. Oh, fucking screwed it up, bruv.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She doesn't have the excuse of having a broken neck.
Well, that's true. That's true. Good point. But you know what? She shouldn't be involved in this main event. In the main event, freaking part of the women's division anyway. Why is she even there? Like, I know why she's there, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we know why she's there, so we don't need to ask. But you know what? Look, anybody can have a bad night, so we'll just say it's a bad night. But I just thought it was funny, the timing of how Danielson was trying to put her over as she was screwing up, and she kept timing it so perfectly to make him look like he's an idiot. But that's just like a stars aligning type of hilarious moment that you just don't often get. But it. Other than that, I loved it. It was beautiful. And I'd much rather end the Wreckage with something like this than that ridiculous bullshit PWG shit from Collision that we already talked about earlier in the show. So
PWG Collision, yeah. Wow, that you know what? And after hearing all that, even though we did sort of end it in a positive note, does it make you want to watch Forbidden Door now, Van?
No.
That's the problem. It actually makes me tired just thinking about it. I kid you not, man. But anyway, I will put Forbidden Door on now just to see what's cracking. But in saying that, what are you going to do, Van? What's up with you? And tell the listeners what you're going to do. Are you going to watch Forbidden Door? Are you going to stream right after this? Decisions.
God, who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I need to take a minute and collect myself. But you can definitely, as far as like the week goes, you can definitely find me at Opinion Haver on all social media platforms. You can definitely find me tomorrow night as we record this, Monday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, for the Impact Attack with Brandon, where we talk about the TNA half of the partnership. You could then find me on Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern for the Next Level Wrestling Review, where Big Ray Hernandez talk about the NXT half of the partnership. You can definitely find Wrestling with Rogers every Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, and ask him questions. You can definitely find the Stevie Richards Show every Friday with hot, fresh new episode straight out your mama's kitchen, not like Red Velvet, but actually good, with the best wrestling show on the internet. And you could check out Limpin' Ain't Easy with Timmy Baltimore every Wednesday. And what was the guest this week? It was I thought he was going to do a part 2 with Tahuti Miles, but instead he went with why am I drawing a blank? I
can feel in that answer. I don't know who his guest was because I was away for a few days, but I can tell you now. Someone in the chat, I'm sure, will tell us if they haven't already, but I'm not looking.
As the ops are walking out on the 0 hour.
They are?
You know, the good old ops.
Are you sick of that name? I hate that name personally, but
I just don't think about it. I just try to concentrate on the guys themselves and not their stupid name.
Well, by the way, the latest episode of Limpin' and Easy is with Sonny Kiss.
No, that's not it. That's a clip.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm looking at a clip. Damn. Why is it
Zach Gowen? It was Zach Gowen, which we praised the Ricochet match here, and they talk about it a little bit on that episode. So the latest episode of Eliminate Z was Zach Gowen, so check that out, everybody. Okay.
No,
what else? What do you got, Jimmy?
I'm just looking. Was it Zach? Have you watched that yet, by the way?
Yes, it was Zach Gowen, 100%. Don't look at it anymore. No, this time is over. It's now your time for plugs.
No, don't worry. Anyway, now I've just got thrown off. Anyway, in saying that, I also missed the Nitro Girls Chris. God damn it. And latest Liz. Thank you for joining us. But yeah, of course, me and Big Ray Hernandez fight like a Raw. There's still going to be a Smack Attack. And of course, the Wreckage every Sunday mornings. I'm just contemplating that. Do we wait and give a whole review next week? Or do we do it earlier? I'm talking about the Forbidden Door, that is.
You think too much, Jimmy.
I do. That's true. Don't worry about what I'm saying. Anyway, in saying that, I am Jimmy T. He is the best in the world, Jamie the Vet Williams, and you've been listening and watching the
Wreckage
live on Hameen Media Group's YouTube channel, and of course on channelattitude.com after the fact. Till next time, have a good one, peeps, and we'll see you next time. Laters.